Oh hey, how you guys doing? It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. Overcast skies today, comfortable to be in, a little humid, but it rained last night. So no beating sun while wrenching today. Actually today, I'm probably not going to be wrenching anything because my friend Mike from Mike's Lawn Care over here in Babylon, he's the kid that has been giving me stuff for the past couple of years. He finds stuff, he doesn't fix them, so he gives them to me. Sometimes when he has a problem, though, I'll help him, and he'll come over and I'll give him the parts. So it's kind of like a quid pro quo kind of situation. He helps me out, I help him out. He's never had a lawn tractor before, or at least, found one. I think that, it would be good for him to have a lawn tractor for his business, but he would have to get a trailer and a truck and all that other stuff. Right now, he just uses his dad's truck. Anyway, this kid is a good kid. During the COVID thing, he would go and mow veterans' yards, for free. So he made the newspaper and everything. He picked up a free Lt1000 Craftsman lawn tractor the other day, and he wanted to try to get it started and running and all that. And so he asked me for some advice here and there, and he was about to go buy a new tire, drain plug cap, whatever, all this other stuff, right? If you haven't had much experience working on tractors, you're going to see the bill for fixing all these things pile up slowly and incrementally. So I don't think he knew what he was going to get himself into when he started to do this project. And I said, no, don't go buy a new tire. I can get you a cap, whatever. And I was telling him all this stuff, and this is just what he could see visually what was wrong with it. I mean, there could be a million things wrong with it, and I didn't want him to sink like $1 million into it, But if it's what he wanted to do, I'd be more than willing to help him, So a few days passed, and then he texted me on Instagram, and he says, Henry, I don't think I'm going to fix it after all. You want it? And I'm like, if you don't want it, I want it. But if you want it, I'll help you get it going, He's like, no, I don't want it. So today I might go to his house and pick it up. It's an LT1000. And I believe it has a bagger, which would be cool. I could use that. Sold this right side front panel for my Troy-built pony / Super Bronco, whatever. Sold it on eBay for $42. So shipping will probably cost me $20, so, But either way, $20 is $20, right? Just sitting in my bushes. In addition, I also sold this for $18. This is a cover for a power mower, push mower. It was garbage before, but now it's money. Shout out to Robert Smitta from Fort Plain, New York. He bought 4 stickers. 2 of the OGs, 2 of the new rounded corner ones. Thanks a lot for your support. He suggested that I get hats and t-shirts. Well, I thought about that a long time ago, but to get t-shirts made, right, especially with my logo, you see how many colors are in my logo, right? The amount of colors is going to increase the cost of the silk screen, tremendously. If I just did a black and white logo, it wouldn't really be my logo, you know what I mean? I've never used just like a 2-color black and white logo before, so it would cost a fortune to print 1 silk screen t-shirt. I would have to buy like 1,000 for it to be worth it, Is 1,000 fans gonna buy my t-shirt? I don't think so. Unless I made it to like 10,000 subscribers and I actually have like a decent fan base, then I might consider it. Or I could just get t-shirts, just a plain black t-shirt with white letters, mowers and blowers. But that just kind of takes away the identity of my logo, you know what I mean? People would look at that t-shirt and go, it's just a t-shirt that says mowers and blowers. is that Henry at Mowers and Blowers? Is that just a guy wearing mowers and blowers? You know what I mean? So the t-shirts and hats, that's got to come later when I know I could actually sell some t-shirts and hats, you know? Otherwise, I'll just stick with the stickers. I will tell you though, stickers, I'm selling, I sold like probably 100 or so stickers. You see what I'm saying? If I could only sell 100 or so stickers at $4 each in 2 years, how long do you think it'll take me to sell 1,000 t-shirts? I'll be dead by then. So I'll think about it, but not right now.
So I'm over here at Mike's Lawn Care Babylon. Go check him out on Instagram. He's the kid I was telling you about. He came by the other day and I gave him a couple wheels, a couple of engine blocks so he can fix a couple of push mowers. And he asked me, hey, so how much? I'm like, come on, man. You've given me so much stuff over the years, you know? Just take it. He didn't eventually do the engine block stuff, but he did get the wheels done. Anyway, so he got this from a customer. Customer wanted it out, wanted $100 for it. And of course, he's not going to pay him $100, you know. But he mowed his lawn $100 worth to get it. Okay. So then he bought a battery for it, and he realized this is going to take a long time to do with him and his job and stuff. He's got 2 jobs, right?
2, 3, yeah.
2 or 3 jobs. So he doesn't have time to work on it like I do, right? So he texted me on DM Instagram, which is how we talk, and he says, hey, you want it? I'm like, well, if you're giving it to me, I want it, you know? And so, I got it, you guys got that. Some guy put a bolt into the valve, and look at the bagger. He made his own little hooks. It's kind of ingenious. This middle chute's in good shape. And this top is intact, whatever. I can't get the bracket off. I'll have to figure out when I get home. But I'm amazed that the 2 rears actually hold air. This ought to roll okay, you know, since it's 5-speed. And so here's the engine. It's your typical 16.5 overhead valve. And when Mike tried to take off that drain plug, he says, water came out. Give me a percentage of water, Mike. Would you say 65 water, 35 oil, or?
I think 50-50 pretty much.
50-50? So I was looking at that thing, and I think the only way water could have gotten in there was through there. But anyway, I'm gonna hook this up to my van, the winch, and get it home. He did buy a battery for it, and I know he's not going to want the battery or use it, so I just paid him for the battery. So I'm appreciative of Mike for hooking me up with this. Anytime. Go check out Mike's Lawn Care over in Babylon. Tell him Henry sent you. While I'm out, might as well get a Big Mac meal and some chicken nuggets and a large milkshake. Yeah, food coma, here I come. Well, there it is. There's my LT1000. As you saw, I had to replace both wheels, the front wheels, so they'd roll better off the ramps into the van. The 2 wheels, I mean, that they had there, I mean, this dude, I mean, I don't know what he did, but he has like crazy stuff on it. This front one here has a bad valve, so he took a screw and he stuck it in there. I think all you need is a valve, right? The other front tire also has a bad valve. need a couple of 99-cent valves and ATF. And these things will be golden. This right rear seems to hold air. And I just pumped air into this one, and it's already leaking out. Look. I pumped air into here. There's another valve here. What the hell? Crazy. Weird. The rest of the tractor is rusty. Right around here. You know, I actually have another fender, but I don't know if I want to take the time to do that, you know? Yeah, I know it's only 4 bolts, but it's still pain. (2001) 09/27/01. Not that old. Deck height adjustment's good. Deck seems pretty good. Now the engine, it's locked up. Won't move. I'm going to, believe it or not, I'm going to put some ATF in there. Because ATF acts like as a detergent and it'll clean out whatever's in there, you know? And then I'm going to shoot some penetrating fluid, oil, into the spark plug hole. I'm going to remove this grass mesh round thing, put a socket and a breaker bar to it, and see if I can move it around. I'm going to remove the hood first. Wow, the lights are still connected. With Craftsman's hoods, easy. Just lift up and it's out. Or like they say in Canada, oh. Water! Crazy, man. What the hell's water doing in there? I jacked up the left side so that the oil will drip to the right side. It's slowly trickling out. It's brown oily substance after the water came out. I'm going to take the spark plug out and shoot some penetrating oil in there. Took the spark plug out and it's filled with gooey water in the chamber between the piston, whatever. It's almost like this whole tractor was underwater. How the water got in there, you know? This is going to take some doing. Since there's water in there, right? Still dripping out of the hole. Still dripping out of there, right? I think the only thing I can do right now is use the piston to try to shoot out the water, you know? If I put penetrating oil in the spark plug hole, it'll just dilute with the water. So I'm going to take that grass mesh round thing off the flywheel, get a socket, and try to turn it slowly. 4 5/16. Let me try a 15/16 socket and a breaker bar. Yep, 15/16 works.
But Henry, aren't you gonna put some penetrating oil in there?
Well, I think there's all kinds of water in there right now. So penetrating oil will just dilute and not really be effective at all.
But aren't you gonna score the piston?
Maybe, but what are you going to do? It's filled with water.
Okay,
I'll go slow.
okay.
It's moving a little. Ooh, I just broke some seal. Okay, I can feel the, I can feel the belt moving. So, I may need to take the belt off the pulley. That's what I'll do. The belt's actually not tight on the bottom pulley, and I put the brake on so it has released tension and slack on the drive pulley. So it's starting to move a little bit, and I'm hearing some gurgling coming out of the drain hole. And every time I move it counterclockwise, more fluid comes out of the drain plug. So I think I'm making some kind of progress. Alright, I almost have a full revolution here. Making some progress here. Nice. I think I did one full revolution now. So you know what? Now I might be able to spray a little bit of penetrating oil in the hole. Penetrating oil from my friends over at Lucas Oil Products. Turning fully. I'm going to hook up a battery so I can spin it. Okay, so you guys saw in time lapse what I was doing. What happened was I found it. There was no key, see, so I had to go find a key. Put the key in, right? And I tried to turn it, and it just clicks. So I think that solenoid is bad. So I jumped it. So I took the spark plug out. All the water came out, right? And I wanted to test for spark. So I jumped it. It cranked and cranked and cranked, but there was absolutely no spark. Remove the Magneto kill wire off of the Magneto, still no spark. So this is the Magneto that doesn't apparently have any spark. So I tried another one, and of course I wasn't paying much attention, so I put a lawnmower one on there, and it had spark, but the coil wouldn't reach the spark plug, so I had to change it out with another one. And now I just tested it again, both for spark with and without the Magneto kill switch on here. I just put the spark plug back in, and now I just sprayed a little bit of brake cleaner into the spark plug hole, and I'm going to crank it for the first time, obviously jumping the solenoid, and let's see if it turns over. Actually sounds pretty good. So I'm gonna shoot some starter fluid into the carburetor. God knows what's in this carburetor, you know what I mean? And there's a good amount there. Choke it. Let's try jumping it again. Well, it has compression, but this doesn't seem to be getting any sort of turning over. But I'll tell you what, guys, that's part of it right there. You know, that's part of it. Well, at least we got the engine free, and we have spark. Didn't turn over. Just kind of weird. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I also put some. I put some Lucas oil, break-in oil in there. I had about 3/4 of a quart from another engine build. So I just thought I'd throw in some SAE30 break-in oil, high zinc, right? Put that in there. Put the remainder of ATF in there too. I had an old jug of Mobil 1 ATF. So I have ATF and some break-in oil in there, and just let it percolate for a bit overnight, and we know that we freed up the crank, the flywheel, starter works, the solenoid doesn't work, I think the ignition switch works, right? We changed the Magneto, we have spark, so we'll move on from there. I put my battery from the Black Beauty battery, I charged it up overnight, and it holds a charge. It's from 2018, so it's a couple of years old. It has probably another year left on it, but anyway. As you guys also saw, my friend Mike Lynch, the guy who I gave, well, he gave me a power washer before. I fixed it. He didn't want it back because he saw the video and he says that thing doesn't have a lot of power. I don't really want it. So I traded it with somebody to get something else, whatever. And then about a year later, I got that power washer from my neighbor. I fixed it up. I was going to sell it for $150, but my friend Mike, he needed a power washer, so I was gonna sell him that one for $100. But then I thought about it, and I'm like, I shouldn't take money from him because you know, he gave me his power washer first. I got to give him one, you know, so I just gave it to him. He's very happy. Anyway, he found a International Harvester. It's like a lawn boy push mower, right? Aluminum deck, and it's got the Cub Cadet colors. I believe it was International Harvester prior to Cub Cadet, you know? Correct me if I'm wrong. If you guys know anything about that International Harvester, two-stroke lawnmower, put it in the comments. Obviously, I'm in queue. It's in queue for another repair for another day. I've got plenty to do, obviously. But if you guys know anything about that, it'll be interesting. What's even more interesting is that is my first two-stroke push mower. I've never had a two-stroke push mower. I hate two-strokes. But this is very interesting, though, isn't it? I think it needs a primer bulb and carburetor work or something. But we'll find out on our next episode. Thanks for joining me, guys. We'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. Three, two,